Hello everyone, DonTheCrown here, and I just finished up the leveling to 80 here in the Legend of, or Legacy of Phrecia League event here thing. And pretty much the point of going to 80 is you get this cosmetic here, the Autumn Night set. Each little piece comes at different breakpoints as you level up. So the helmet finally comes once you get to level 80. It also makes the shoulder here actually have leaves on it. Before that point, the entire thing is like not really like popping off completely. It just looks like a regular suit of armor. And for this particular event, we played the new, I guess, temporary spider ascendancy here, and it's called the Servant of Arakaali. Pretty much the whole thing about this that really makes this really strong and why I chose to level up with this is because your very first ascendancy thing gives you level 15 envy. And gives you envy has no reservation, and level 15 envy makes it so that it adds 101 to 141 additional chaos damage to attacks, which effectively like tripled my damage as soon as we finished the ascendancy. It's made leveling kind of a breeze. We go over here, then we get aspect of the spider, which gives us even more damage, and then silk dancer makes it so that enemies who are covered in webs, which is like every enemy on the screen, is going to do less damage and take more damage from you. And this just generally makes using Cobra Lash really, really easy. We attack super duper fast. Let's hop here back into a tier 1 map really quick. We were doing this. Let's run past this. But generally, you are whirling bladesing like a maniac and just throwing stuff out and kind of killing stuff. So I think that this is a pretty strong build if you just are looking to level up to 80. And the only real struggle point I had was basically when we were at the point where we were first starting to map, and most of my gear was really dated at this point, and I like just was kind of refusing to upgrade some of my gear, mostly because it was just, you know, I just wanted to blast. But yeah, once we finished out getting our resistances capped, and we bought some really cheap uniques, everything just dies super duper fast. We use Viper Strike for single target. I'll put a POB down below. First, we're using the Wasp Nest on both hands here, using the PoE overlay tool here. These are like 1 or 2 Chaos Orbs, maybe 3 Chaos Orbs now. And then we picked up some Embalmer as well. Embalmer is just a pretty strong choice for a glove. Gives us more Chaos damage, life, Chaos res, and makes it so that our Viper Strike here is supported by another thing, so we basically get a free 5 link, and then we're just, you know, having Whirling Blades all linked up to make this pretty fast here. So Whirling Blades, faster attacks, momentum, and Blood Rage, and then our Cobra Lash, added Chaos, Cruelty, and lesser multiple projectiles. I didn't really go through and like min-max this in POB or anything like that. This is just kind of like what worked for me. We get to run a lot of auras with this build, because we have Envy and Aspect of the Spider for free. They don't consume any mana here. Let me flip to the other side real quick. So these two auras don't consume any mana at all when you reserve them, which is pretty nice. And then I have a Grace and a Malevolence here to basically give ourselves a little more defensive layer and to give ourselves more damage as well. And it's just pretty nice. Blood Rage just there to make you zoom even faster. You can curse stuff if you want, but for the most part, you're just kind of like throwing out tons of little boomerangs, like as Spider-Man basically, and your mana kind of goes down real quick. I highly recommend the using claws. Claws seem to be really, really good. I had a Thieves Torment that just dropped for me for leveling, and for flasks, pretty much just using basic whatever flasks. We are using a Persistent Oak Branch Tincture. The reason we're using this is we gain 3 rage on melee weapon hit, which is with our Viper Strike. And rage is pretty nice to just give ourselves more damage, because, you know, each little point of rage is giving us 1% more attack damage. And so that's like 30% more damage. And that does carry over to Cobra Lash, I believe. So we can definitely like knock down some elites real quick with our Viper Strike and then have more damage for a while. But that's pretty much it for the build. It really wasn't all that hard to level. I pretty much just went out, grabbed all of these points over here, and then prioritized kind of going down getting things like the claw mastery over here, and going over and getting like more claw mastery stuff and more life, especially like picking up these life nodes, picking up this over here. And then like kind of the last stuff I was picking up here was the spell suppression stuff and things like survivalist, just to give myself more defenses, picking up stuff over here for more life as well. And really it's just, you know, super duper fast. Once you pick up the mana efficiency reservation over here in mana and go over for charisma, this really makes it so that you are able to reserve to 50% auras without like completely screwing over your mana, which is pretty nice. But yeah, check the POB. Hope you guys have a good event, and we'll be looking forward to playing some Monster Hunter Wilds here in a few days. So come by the stream and hang out. See you again soon. Have a good one.